So, how can you become an advocate for your own health and well-being? Well, you can start today. Start learning more about your body, your physiology, what makes it work, the basics, the fundamentals. And that is a great start, and really it's the only start. You see, we have allowed entities and people, if you will, outside of us to determine our health and well-being to a great extent. We've allowed the food industry to determine and or dictate things that we should like as it relates to food and cuisine. So much so, they ended up poisoning most of us because of poor meal decisions. Our food, I've said this numerous times, and I'm not the only person you've ever heard say this, we consume a lot of poison. Now, understand this, comprehend this. Just because you use the word poison doesn't mean that it kills you instantly. Some poisons will kill you just like that. Others will kill you over time. Some poisons metastasize in your body. They spread. They wreak havoc internally. And then at some point in time you find yourself with some medical issues and being diagnosed with cancer and some other forms of diseases, hypertension, I've said this before, gastrointestinal issues, severe inflammation, gout, and osteoarthritis is another one. That's one of the things that I have, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. What else was I going to say? Cardiac disease, of course, cellular damage, neuromuscular damage, brain damage even. And the list just really goes on and on and on. But a lot of the things that we experience and undergo as it relates to bad health is due to us. We are the contributors because we allow industries to dictate what we consume. Instead of us doing our own due diligence, studying, preparing our meals, like our foreparents did back in the days. We don't do that anymore. Everything is done almost virtually for us. All we do now is just pick and choose what we like. The flavors, the aromas, the colors, they draw us, and by design. And we fall prey and victim to those things, those very same things. And then we end up battling some form of ailment and or disease down the road. So, being an advocate for your own health is the only thing that we can all do to ensure that our health is as best as it can possibly be, according to how we have the control. Now, the things that you can't control, like environmental toxins and things like that, that's beyond our control for the most part. It's always going to be pollution. It's always going to be toxic materials that we use in cleaning and so forth. It's around us. But what we can do for ourselves, we must. It's incumbent that we do those things if we want to live longer. So, this video is just to encourage you to start reading ingredients, to start studying. I just did a video the other day about 5 books of the day. The China study. What was the other one? I have them, I think, on my list. Back to Eden, Never Be Fat Again. You still have them here, yeah. Never Be Sick Again, Fit for Life, and so forth. You need to study. We need to study. And as I've always said to my students, so what I'm really trying to say to you or convey to you is this. This is ours. This body belongs to you and I, to us. And we are the caretakers, not your doctor, Now, if you need a doctor, if you absolutely positively need a doctor, then use a doctor. But if you don't need a doctor, don't use a doctor. These people don't know more about you than you do. Understand this if you don't understand anything else. You live in your body, not your doctor. I live in this vessel, not anyone else. So it is my duty and my responsibility to myself to know more about this than anybody outside of me. Doesn't that make sense? Is that unfair to know about you? Now, we know a whole lot of things about us as far as, our likes and dislikes. I like to go to parties, or I like to watch certain types of movies, or listen to certain genres of music and so forth. I like the amusement park. I like to go fishing. I like to go swimming, skating, biking, or whatever. We know all of those things, those entertaining things. But how much do you know about your physiology? The thing that really matters, because you can't do any of that if you're not in good health. Think about this. So I implore you today to learn you from a physiological standpoint. Learn you. And you know what? You'll be surprised at what you learn about you. You will. And it's well worth the effort. And it should be really second nature to know you. You shouldn't have to think about how many ribs you have, where your lungs are located, and where your kidneys are located, and where your liver is located, and the fundamental or basic function of those organs. You need to know this. If you have a headache, do you know why you have a headache? What caused it? Go back and do some research, some homework. Your lifestyle choices, things that you're doing incorrectly. You follow? That was all I wanted to share with you today. I hope you benefit from this. Please like and share my videos if you find them of benefit to you. And I'll see you in the next video. This is Brother Teacher. Take care.